Hello, my dear friends. I'm happy to greet you today at this beautiful day in Miami and happy to share with you all the options that are available for AI and IT professionals to secure your work or immigrant visa to the US. I welcome everybody. Please make yourself comfortable. uh, get a choice of your drink. I would like you to have a note and a pencil just to have something to write down to, or use your device to do the same. And before we begin, guys, oh my God, you guys starting like saying hello even without me asking. It doesn't happen too often. So let's do this. What I want from you guys to bring you the best value for your time, which I do appreciate that you guys gonna commit an hour and a half of your time for this event today. I want you to give me two things. Number one, the country where you're coming from and your profession. Okay, the country and the profession. All right, so if you give me this information, I will be able to give you the examples from my practice attached to your profession and maybe country, because country is very important. So everybody who is participating, please give me that information so I could bring you the best value. Okay. Hello Noor, hello Hina, Lisani, Danica, Hamid. Very good, guys. Let's take a look. Elena, she's Greek but works in Japan as a data scientist. Beautiful, Elena, beautiful. Sounds like a green card to me. Alexander, Macedonia. I think it's Northern Macedonia, Alexander, correct? Let me know if I'm wrong. Software engineer. Very good, very good. Lisani from Spain, web developer. All right, sounds good to me. Justin, India, currently in Singapore. Good. I'm gonna be in Singapore in a month for a couple of days. Andra, Romania, IT support. All right. Raj, Ireland, data scientist. Good. We have two data scientists, so you guys may exchange the information, the WhatsApp and emails. Mahant, lecture. Let me see, lecture in chemistry, tasker in AI, live in UK, I'm an Algerian. Very good, very good. Sounds like green cards. So far, guys, sounds very good. All right, Nazmi from Germany. Oh my God, you guys on fire today. Jesus Christ. Okay, Andrei, Ukrainian citizen, software engineer, Irish residency, Varun, London. All right, I can't even read, guys. It just things are jumping around. All right, good. Let me see what else. Camille, Poland, iOS dev, very good. Nazmi, German, data scientist. Varun, London. Hina, herpetological researcher. I have no idea what it means, but sounds like a green card to me. Alright, good. Mohammed from Tunisia, fraud investigator, data scientist, that's really good. Victor from Brazil, L1B in Texas, nice. Systems architect, very good. Ibrahim from Lebanon. Oh my God, guys, we are all over the world. Jesus, today is going to be a really good webinar. Harshi, India, currently US. Jose, Spain, fashion operating US. All right, good. Danica, North Macedonia, in US startup developing an agent. Okay, psychologist and dual and breastfeeding counselor. I actually had cases like this, Danica. You'll be surprised. I had breastfeeding specialist for green card. Canon, Bulgaria, automotive development engineer, really nice. Jatin from London, UK, profession, applicants management lead. Okay, guys, very good. So I'm fired up, guys. You make me fired up. I know we're gonna have a blast today because all the professions that you guys mentioned, all of you, I have the green cards approved for those professions and O1s and green cards. So I'll be able to give you good examples on that. Most of the countries, not all, I don't think we have anybody from Lebanon. I think Lebanon and Tunisia. Tunisia, I had someone from business. So Lebanon is probably the only one that I didn't have the clients from. Everybody else is, we did have clients from those countries, which is great. You know, I always want to get more from each country in the world because that makes me happy. Guys, your approvals makes me happy. All right, let's go. Not gonna waste any time. So what are you guys gonna learn today? Today you're gonna learn pretty much, to cut the long story short, you will learn the visas available to you if you are from IT sector. Okay? And I'll give you all options available. The best options are going to be at the end, guys. Okay? I understand that in the beginning, it's like you'll be like, oh my God, Stanislav, that's not gonna work. Yes, but you have to be patient and give me some time to get to the best programs for you guys. They're gonna be at the end. All right? So if you don't see how things helping you in the beginning, just be patient. All right? That's the only thing I'm gonna ask from you. Some of you will be like, okay, this is good, so let's move on. I'm also gonna be telling you about the what kind of documents and evidence you will need to start your case and to progress with your case. All right, I'm gonna call main mistakes to avoid, and will give you the tips how to approach your petitions. Also, guys, I will give you 2 gifts. All right, both gifts are gonna be at the end as well. So only for those of you who are motivated the most, and those who are motivated are gonna get the result at the end of the case, you will get those 2 presents. Number 1, I will tell you how to get a free evaluation of your case. Okay, that's your first step on your journey to move to the US. And number 2, I will give you the checklist with description of business and investors visas. And that checklist is not gonna fit all of you, but some of you are gonna be happy to see it. And guys, I know that a lot of you are not associating yourself with the business, but trust me, when we talk about even talent visa, national interest waiver visas, all those have the component of the business in the US. So you guys need to know about that, all right? So those 2 gifts are at the end. Let me guys tell you a bit about myself and my company. My name is Stanislav Shamaev. I hope you guys follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, and other platforms, because I give you so much value on those platforms on the weekly basis. Okay? Fresh posts, fresh videos, streams, interviews with the clients, and all this good stuff. So I hope you already build that trust with me, and you trust the thousands of the approvals we have in my corporation. So I have more than 13 years of experience in American law. Okay? I have the company that has more than 100 people working on your cases with one thing in mind: the result. Okay? Every single person in my company wants the result, and the result for you. We already proved our track record with more than 3,400 approved cases for 10 years. And the main goal in my company, guys, is to bring 10,000 of you to the US by the year 2030. Okay, so we're a little bit short on time. We kind of falling back with our goals, of course, we put the goals that are hard to achieve, but we're striving to get there. So 3,400 are in. Now we need what? 6,600. So if one person out of you guys is gonna make that 6,600 of the future people coming to the US through my project, that's gonna make me happy. All right? Across all the visas and cases we file, we have 90% approval rate. Okay? 90%, guys. In the industry, it's about 50%. All right? So we are way ahead of the average in the industry. And we have very narrow specialization. Talent, business, investors. That's it. Nada, zero, no more. By the way, guys, I saw some people from Spain. I used to learn Spanish. I like this language. Now I'm picking up. I'm back on track learning Spanish. So I will be using some Spanish words. If you guys give me some tips, I will be happy. So on top of this specialization, we have full transparency process-wise and money-wise. I think my company is the most transparent company in the immigration field. We do not hold anything back. We give everything to you up front, so you know exactly what's needed from you and what we're gonna do for you. All right? And I'm really proud of this because that's what my clients, that's what the majority of my clients say that they really appreciate. So not only the result, but our approach. Okay? All right, guys. So we also have exclusive business club, and the members in this business club are all our clients. Okay? So once you have the approval of your petition, you will be up to the vote of the board in the exclusive business club, and once you approved, you become a member. All right? We have about 200 people, and guys, we're gonna put the cap on the 200, and we're gonna keep only the best active people in the club who bring the value to each other. All right? So not only we bring you to the US, but we also take care of your future, because every single month we do events in our business club, online, offline, bringing the best speakers and give you all this value. All right? All right, not gonna talk about this guy much. You guys already know me. I just want to add that I have lots of experience in talent visas, business and investment, and that comes from my work in the US, in the federal agencies, in the state agencies. My license is in Florida, but I can help every state, regardless which state you guys going. I can help you with Hawaii, Texas, California, New York, Florida, doesn't really matter. Immigration law is federal, so that I'll be able to help all of you. I myself visited more than 50 countries in the world, and our operations extend to more than 60 countries in the world. All right, and let me guys tell you, I know that US is the best. I hope you share this view with me. US is the best country and Miami is the best city. I may argue with that. We can discuss this. I know you guys may have different opinion. I believe Miami is the best. We can talk about this when you guys get your green cards and we become really close friends. All right, so I will provide you the detailed explanation of the key criteria of each visa, which I do believe fit for IT and AI people. But also everybody from STEM, guys. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Okay? So if you are from this category of industry, you will be good. You will be good. All right. We're gonna start with E2, but before that, let me see what you guys... and by the way, any questions, guys, any questions you have, go ahead and do that. Of course, those who registered for live storm presentations, you guys will have the benefit of getting those questions right out of the way. I know we restream those this presentation in YouTube and other platforms, so you guys get the second choice, okay? Because I want to give benefit to those who registered for the event. But regardless, ask questions regardless where you watch, okay? So let me see what bothers you guys, what's on your mind. All right, let me see. Hina, Dr. Hina. All right, very narrow specialization in amphibian ecology and conservation. By the way, Hina, I got the approval for EB2 NIW for my client who was in the fish industry. He's a scientist. He specializes in reproduction of certain type of fish. Okay. And I don't know if fish is amphibia or it's close to it, but I had like cases in that industry. Okay, environmental factors, climate change, good. This is good stuff. Chicago, Danica says Chicago is the best. Well, it's cold. In summer it's great. I like Chicago, but the winter is not. It's beyond the chart. Okay, Alabama, Huntsville. By the way, Hina, Alabama, Huntsville, that's the place where my mom visited in 2000. Back in 2000, before I even came to the US, she won the federal grant to come to the US, and she was in Huntsville. Okay, so it's interesting fact. Ibrahim, yes, not only I do EB5, but we're gonna talk about EB5 today. Hina says it's different. Yes, but I know it's not the same, but it's in that direction. Let's put it this way. No, Harshi, India is not for E2. Developer from Sweden. Okay, good. Guys, we're gonna start more on the business and investment side, and then we're gonna come to the juice, okay, the talent visas. So, what is E2 visa? That's the small non-immigrant investment visa to come to the US and do your startup or purchase an existing business. So this is that visa is really easy to understand, guys. All you need to have the proper citizenship, okay? So your country must be in the E2 treaty. From what I know, from what I see, guys, Sweden, Spain, UK, Ireland, I believe Brazil, don't quote me on Brazil, but I think Brazil is one of them. Ukraine, Germany, Poland, let me see, Romania, I believe is one of them also. Yeah, so those countries, I just, from the top of my head, they are part of E2 treaty, right? So you need to check first before getting really excited. So you gotta be from the proper country. You need to have the idea of the business or the idea to purchase an existing business. You must invest $100,000 of clean money. Okay, we need to show the source of funding, and you need to have a business plan for 5 years. That's it. That's all you need. I know 100K is a lot of money. That's why I know it's not gonna fit all of you, but it's a great program to get in and to start your journey in the US. The main benefit that it's perpetual. You can extend it to pretty much forever. Okay. Your spouse will be able to work in the US, which is really important. Okay, not all non-immigrant visas provide an option to work in the US. So your spouse will be able to work and your kids will be able to go to school for free. Okay, to public school, of course. And as long as your business is developing and growing and bringing economical impact, you should be good. You should be good. Okay, my phone is acting up. So, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. So, it's an easy... I don't know why. My phone is acting up. Let me shut it down, guys, because it's just like trying to connect and all this stuff. Okay. So once you get it, it's like it's good news for everyone because you can build a foundation to jumpstart to the different type of immigrant visa. Okay, so that's the biggest advantage for E2. Let me see. Okay, so your children, your wife, or your husband. So yeah, so that's all I can say about E2. We're not gonna spend too much time here, just because we have more things more important at the end. But if you're from the proper country, if you have 100K, business ID, 5-year business plan, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You can get approved for this visa. How much time we need to get this case going? About 6 months, up to 6 months to collect all the evidence, file it with the embassy, 2-3 months for the interview. So the whole process can take up to 9 months or less. Okay, 9 months or less. If you are in the US, we can change your status, no problem. You don't have to leave the country. You can start work immediately. Okay. And there's expedited processing, 15 days approval. Without expedited processing, it's 2 to 6 months. Okay, it says 2, but it's 2 to 6. So that's important to understand. All right, let's move to EB1C, and I would rather say L1 to EB1C because L1 EB1C are very close. Who was there? The someone from Brazil on L1B, right? Let me see, who was it? Okay, it doesn't really matter. I can't find it, but I remember someone from Brazil. Victor said it's me. Yeah. So Victor knows what L1. He's B, which is unique, specialized knowledge person. But we can always switch from L1B to EB1C if we fit, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this visa. So this one has a little bit of limitations. Who will qualify for this? If you guys work in the company outside of the US. And this should be rather big company, at the very least 15 people. But most likely in your cases, it will be a much bigger company because only bigger companies already have representation in the US. So most of you guys are from IT background, right? So either you lead senior position in the company, or you are a director or a manager of other IT people. In this case, if that company has the affiliated company in the US, what does it mean to be affiliated? It means they have the same ownership. Okay? So 2 companies, one in the US, one outside of the US, and you working in the company outside of the US in the executive or managerial position, or you are a functional manager. I saw some of you guys architects, right? Like design architects. This could be qualified as a functional manager. Okay, you play an important function. You do the architecture of the projects. So and others. So if you worked in that position for 1 year or more, and there's an affiliated company in the US, that company in the US may request your transfer from that position in company outside to the new position in the US, and you may get a green card immediately. Okay? So I know it's a little complicated, I understand, but I just need you understand the concept, guys. Two companies, affiliation through the common control. One company owns the other, or the same people or person owns both companies. It, by the way, could be you too. You could be owning both companies. It's not a problem. There's no conflict here. You worked for 1 year at least at the position of direction or control of people or the company, or you're a functional manager. Then you could be transferred and get a green card. Okay? I don't want to spend too much time here because again, that it's not gonna fit many of you, but it's important to know that such program exists. So we're gonna move on to EB5. You guys asked me about EB5. There you go. So let me see what you guys talking about. Let me see. Okay, we have people from China. I love it. I love it. Usually we don't get many people from China for the webinars. Okay, Anton, are there any opportunities for job categories outside STEM? Yeah, Anton, absolutely, absolutely. So basically, we focus on STEM today, but all those programs apply to any profession, any profession. Okay, Victor is giving me some tips, says Brazil is not a part of E2, but Argentina and Paraguay are. Okay, and I think Colombia too. I think Victor, Colombia too. We had clients from Colombia. Mohammed, if ownership is less than 50, but I possess operation control, am I still eligible? Yes, Mohammed, good question. Good question. So, and again, guys, I can spend 2 hours talking about EB1C and give you like the breakdown of those criteria. It's not my purpose today, but because Mohammed is asking and Mohammed did his research, which is impressive, really impressive. So yes, it actually could be less than 50%, but if in fact, through the bylaws or the charter, operating, whatever it's called, the document that controls the company, we have the operational control of the decisions. That's gonna work. Okay? That's gonna work. Good question, Mohammed. Danica, investment should be my own, or can I have company with investor investment? Am I startup? I'm a startup in pitching process. So good question, Danica. Yes, that should be your investment. So I had cases like yours when it was your idea, but other investors. So the way you want to do this is to, you guys between each other may have whatever documents that's needed for this process. But for the purpose of immigration, I would need them to lend you that money. Okay? So basically it should be a promissory note signed by you, and that money first go to you personally, and then you send that money into the E2 company, to the checking account, and then you start spending. Okay? I understand it may be a little too complicated for those investors, but that's the reality. We cannot do anything else different than that. They could come in as a part of 50% owners of that company, no problem. If they want additional security for their money, we can think about it and brainstorm, but we cannot have them just putting the money in and you just control this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yes, there was no sound for a little bit. It's because my phone was acting up, guys. I'm sorry about that. Okay, all right, it's back. Okay. Show again the previous slide. Leo, which slide exactly you want? Because I was switching back and forth. Innovation. Yeah, Nurid, exactly. Danica asked about E2. Yes, that's how I got it. The presentation. No, guys, we don't share the presentation. So take pictures, no problem. I know some of you putting the phones and just record, and sure, no problem with that. But yeah, we don't. You're gonna get your presents, but not the presentation. Mohammed 42, ownership is less than 50%, but I possess control. For E2, yes, same thing, Mohammed. Same thing for L1 and for E2, it's the same thing. Hamid, would you please also explain L1A and L1B? Thank you. Hamid, yes. So basically, L1 is the same as EB1C. Absolutely the same. One difference, that for L1A, you can get approved for the startup. EB1C only if an existing company is already operational in the US for more than a year. I didn't say that, so I'm saying it now. It also should be 1 year or more. So with L1A, it could be just business plan. That's it. Okay, business plan and whatever the investment, the capitalization of the company. And you must have the office that's gonna fit all the people at the end of year 1. Okay, so that's L1A, that's the only difference. Then usually it goes like this: we get your L1A and then we switch to EB1C. But it doesn't stop you from getting EB1C right away. All right. L1B is a little bit different, so you don't have to direct or control people in the organization. You need to have specialized knowledge. For example, software that the company developed. You have unique training for whatever the process you're doing. You know, deep, detailed knowledge about the processes in the company. Okay, so that's L1B. So there must be something unique that you do for the company, which is not easy to find in the US. That's the second stuff. So not only you're unique to the company, but there's no such talent in the US, and we can prove it. Okay, so that's all what L1B is. It's kind of easy the way it sounds, and a lot of people in the IT industry fit in this category. So, and by the way, L1B can also be to start up the new office in the US. Okay, that's important. All right. Leo again. E2. Okay, E2 advantages, guys. Okay, sure. Leo was asking about E2 advantages. Okay, Leo, take a screenshot or a photo of this slide, so we could move on. Okay. No, guys, no recording. I mean, we will not post any recording because I want you guys to focus right now. You are not going to watch the recording if you had it. Okay? I want you attention right now. We have 1 hour left. So guys, concentrate. That's very important. That's your future. That's the future of your kids and many generations ahead. So I think you can commit, okay? Because I'm committing, so I expect you to commit as well. All right, guys, EB5. EB5 is the fastest and easiest way to come to the US with the green card, okay? And you'll be like, what? What is this? What is this? There must be some catch. Yes, guys, there is a big catch in this program. It must be either $800,000 or $1,050,000 investment. Okay, so that's the catch. If it's $800,000, it's in a passive investment. So basically, you give your money to so-called regional center, and they do all the rest. They build, they redevelop, they create the jobs, and you get the green card in. You get the approval in about 3 to 6 months, actually, as of today, okay? And your money is refundable. So when you participate in a passive investment and you have $800,000 of clean money, this money is refundable. When you're gonna get it back? 3 to 5 years, okay? And all your family is gonna get the green card. You, your spouse, kids below 21. With active investment, it's $1,050,000. You must create 10 jobs in the US, within 2 years after you got your first green card. Okay? That's pretty much it. So clean money, you pay the taxes, we know how you made it, all the transfers, all that should be documented. Passive or active, different amount of money. Active, you control the money, you spend it, you create the 10 jobs. Passive, you just give to someone, they create the jobs, they spend it, they build, then you're gonna get it back. Okay? So I believe that passive investment is the best one because you do nothing, you just give the money. All right? So a little bit more detail on that. Again, not gonna spend much time here because we have O1, EB1A, and EB2NW. Those are the best, I believe, the priority programs. But take the screenshot, take a photo, and study it if you want that. I believe this program is the best only for those who have those amounts. Okay, and those are the huge amounts. All right, guys. So now we're really starting right now with you. Okay, I understand that some of you like E2, L1, EB1C, maybe even EB5, but let me tell you, 90% of you who are here today with me are going to go with O1 EB1A or EB2 NIW. All right, I just guarantee that. All right, so pay close attention to my words and get the idea, get the message. All right, and let me go back. So I know a lot of you are scared of the words extraordinary ability. Okay? And I know it sounds daunting, it sounds scary, but let me tell you guys, if I pick up your case, and all IT people, they all deserve to be picked up by me, because you guys have all the recognition I need. 99% approval rate for O1 visa. Okay, 99%, and I think that speaks volumes that pretty much everyone can get O1, even if you don't think you're talented. Okay? As long as Stanislav thinks you're talented, that's good enough. Okay? And I hope I do have some authority for you. All right? So let's talk about it. O1 is great for many reasons. First of all, there is no quota, there is no limit how many approvals can get during the fiscal year. Why am I talking about this? Well, because all immigrant petitions, they have limit, and H1B has the limit, 85,000, okay? And O1 is the best alternative for H1B, okay? I actually just shot a video today in the morning on YouTube. You guys gonna get it like mid-February because I'm going to Bali for a month. So I'll say bye-bye and I go to Indonesia. I'm gonna work from there, right? So don't worry, your case is gonna be moving. Yeah, I need to prepare content ahead. So I just talked about that, why O1 is the best advantage, the best alternative to H1B. Because it's so much easier to get, taking into consideration the lottery that you guys participate for H1B. That's number one. Number two, it's pretty fast. 6 months working on your case, 2 months for the embassy, and you are in. So 8 months. All right. Number three, you build up the jump start, the foundation for EB1A or EB2NW, depending how you develop here in the US. And number four, which is not on the slide, but you guys have that question. I know you do. I know you do. Stanislav, I do not have an employer in the US, and O1 requires an employer. That's true. But your own company, which could be freshly registered, LLC or corporation, could be your employer even if you own it 100%. Got it? So I know some of you like, whew, oh my God, that was the main obstacle. I didn't have the employer, so now you do your own company. All right, who is the best employer? Yourself. All this considered, guys, on all the things I'm talking about considered, I believe this is one of the best options for you to come and start your career here in the US. Okay, and it fits all of you. Okay, all the positions you guys had mentioned: data scientist, software engineer, AI specialist, the lead, the senior positions, architect, whatever. All that fit within O1. Which category? Science. Okay, I know you don't consider yourself scientists, right? But the category is science. So that's good news. All right, so it has expedited processing. Okay, so fast, kind of easy. We can improve your case significantly for 6 months, and all of you can get this visa. Okay, so because O1 criteria are the same as EB1A, I'm gonna talk about them in conjunction at the same time. Okay, so first I gave you the format of O1, then I'm gonna talk about EB1A, and then I'm gonna go each criterion after the other to explain what exactly I need from you, and I will give you the exact recipe for O1 and EB1A. Okay, and I also will tell you what's the minimum threshold for you guys to start working on your case. So O1 is initially granted for 3 years, could be extended indefinitely by 3 years increments. Okay, actually between 1 to 3, between 1 dash 3, not 1 to 3. So just to make it clear, okay? Indefinitely, and like I said, you could be your own employer. Your kids will come with you. Your spouse will come with you. There's only one disadvantage for O1 visa, guys. Only one, which is your spouse, unfortunately, will not be able to work. But he or she will be able to stay with you, go to school, travel, take care of the family, and be a good person, okay? Unfortunately, they can have business and get the dividends, but they cannot work in it, all right? So let me guys see. Elena is asking, how about if you are freelance? It's a good question. I think, Elena, you're probably asking this question because you read the recent changes in the in the law about the freelance and O1. And yes, if you pure freelance and that's what you wanna do in the US, continue freelance, that's not gonna work. Okay, so you could be freelancing right now, but your company in the US should have particular projects or contracts that you're going to be working on. Okay, so yeah, that's actually a really good question. Danica is like, say what? My LLC can request me as an employee? Yes, Danica. Danica is like, she fell from the chair, okay? I can see that. Exactly. You guys didn't know that, but that's what I've been doing for years, okay? 10 years I've been bringing you guys on your own LLCs on O1 visa. So successfully that my clients, when we get together through my business club, they pick me up and carry me on their hands, okay? Because they love me so much. So yeah, because we find the best and the easiest way for you guys to come here. Yes, for O1 visa. Anton, do you get any additional points for already having B1, B2 type of visa? Yes, yes. That means that you can change your status in the US and get the green card in the US instead of going to the embassy. Hamid, would you please explain the financial requirements for O1 visa? Yes, Hamid, there is none. There is none. But if it's a fresh company, and of course the embassy is gonna know it's a fresh company, which is not unlawful. That's actually in the manual right now. They put it in the manual. It could be fresh and you could own it 100%. Yeah, there is like little things that need to happen. Of course, we'll help you with those. As to finance, you don't have to have any finance, but you must have a clear understanding what the company is gonna do. So it cannot be just a shell company for you to come and start working or looking for ideas. You must know what exactly the company is gonna be doing. Danica is like literally crying right now. I know, Danica. That's why, guys, that's why I wanna bring you that value. I'm just like that. Let me tell you guys. At some point of my life, it was a recent point, I understood that because I've been purchasing assets all my life, since I started making money, I was investing in the assets. So at this point, guys, I don't need to work. I'm almost 40, okay? I'm 39, I'm gonna turn 40 in the future, really soon. I can just stop doing what I do and chill, go on the beach, travel, take care of my family, and that's it. I'm set for life, okay? So the only reason I'm doing this, because I love it. Because I love my job. I love to change your lives. I love to change the lives of your generations ahead. That brings me pleasure, okay? Gratification, if you will. So with this being said, I hope you guys trust me from that perspective. I will never take your case just because you want to pay. No, I will take your case only if I know how I'm gonna bring you to the US. All right? I have very high standard, ethical standard, and professional responsibility. So I want to bring you value. That's the bottom line, okay? I want to bring you value, and I will. So I hope we build that close relationship where you guys trust me, and I do max to bring you the result. And my team is like that, okay? My team is exactly like that. They want to bring you the result. All right, so let's switch to EB1A. EB1A, guys, is the older sister of O1. And I know there's a separate slide about your rights when you receive EB1A, but let me put it simply. It's a green card. Okay? EB1A is a green card residency for 10 years and gives you the right to get US citizenship in 5 years after you got your green card. Okay? And who's getting the green card? You, your spouse, and your kids below 21, not married. Okay? Hello to my Indian clients. I know you guys sometimes go really young with the marriage. So, but usually 21, no one is married. So below 21 is the green card for them too. So one approval if you have 2 kids and a spouse, 4 green cards. Okay? That's the easy explanation of that. Now, guys, I think this slide is one of the most important slides, not today, guys, in your lives. Okay? In your lives. And I will explain why. Because I told you that majority of you are gonna go by O1, EB1A, or EB2 and IW, but among those who gonna go by those visas, the majority of those are gonna go by the talent, O1 or EB1A. So this slide is basically the core of today's presentation and your future cases. So I can spend 2 hours on each of those criteria. Okay, so it can be 10 hours together or even more just going by this criteria, but that's not my task today. My task today is for you to absorb what is behind those criteria. Okay? Because Anton or Danica or Elena can say, hey Stanislav, I have awards, but are they gonna work for this petition? Right? That's the question. So I want you to give you enough so you understand what's the core for each of those criteria. So I'm gonna go one by one. You guys ask questions. I'm gonna stop in between, see what you got. Then we're gonna continue with the criteria. Then I'm gonna give you the recipe of average of one case that gets an approval, and you guys gonna love it. Okay, you're gonna like, oh my god, I didn't know it's so easy. Yeah, and I'll give you the recipe for EB1A as well. On average, each case is individual. And guys, another thing about me and my work, we never work on the cases by some type of template. Yes, we do have templates to describe the case, but the strategy behind the case and the actual outcome of the case is always unique. Always. Okay? So each case is individual, but we can get an average if you would take all the cases that we filed, all the thousands cases that we filed. So, criterion number 1, awards. There is a classic way to prove award and there is alternative. So, the classic way, you guys participate in competitions. The level of that must be national, okay? National or international. If it's a regional competition, probably not, with small exceptions. But you should have the prize in those competitions. First, second, third, Grand Prix, whatever is the prize, whatever places they have. Okay, not necessarily the first place, it could be others. That's the classic way. What are the alternatives? For many of you, and okay guys, sit comfortably in your chairs because I'm gonna share things with you you didn't know, you may fall from the chair. So most of you have awards without even knowing that. If you participate in conference in your industry and they publish whatever you delivered, your thesis, your article, whatever that is, if they publish after the conference, this is an award. Okay? Let me know, guys, if any of you ever spoke at the conference and then they published whatever you were speaking about. Let me know about this. I wanna see. We're about 40 people right now here, right? On Livestorm. There's more on YouTube and those, but let me know if we have here people who did that in the past. So one conference, one publication is one award, okay? Another alternative, the government awards. Government awards is an alternative. The grants and scholarships from the government or other private organizations could be awards. Your PhD dissertations, guys, could be an award. If you are in the business, the sale of the business for, I could say, starting from 500,000 or more dollars could be an award. Okay? Investment in your startup starting from 100K could be an award for the purpose of O1. So you guys see how many instruments we have to prove an award. How many awards we need? Well, at least one is good. All right. Number 2. Oh, and by the way, how do we prove that you got at an award and things like that? It's going to be a letter from the organizers. it must have a particular structure which we give you when we start the case, but they're gonna sign what we're gonna prepare for them. All right, Walid, yes, even if it was 10 years ago, not a problem. Okay, not a problem. And Hina says, yes, published many papers and got university scholarship during my PhD. So, Hina, you may actually come down. I can see you qualify for the green card even without free evaluation. Okay, you guys, all of you will have to go through the free evaluation if you want to start working with my team and myself. Without that, there is no chance. Okay, so but I can tell that Hina is a green card holder in 1 year. Just because what she said, and I'm sorry, I don't know if Hina is female or male, right? So Hina, let me know if which female. Okay, so Hina is gonna have her green card in about a year. Okay, and let me see, Hina, you are from China. You are in China, but what's your country of birth, Hina? Because if you're from India, it's gonna be a little bit longer. Okay, Pakistan, no problem, no problem. 1 year, you're gonna be holding your green card, Hina. All right, so let's move on. Media. Guys, media, not only the newspapers, and now there's no newspapers, everything is on internet. So the website of the newspaper, but also magazines, journals, but TV and radio also should not be discounted. Okay, so now, but because radio and TV are pretty much rare things, I see sometimes, but it's rare. Mostly it's newspapers online. So we have two options where the articles about you and your work will be published. So one out of the two, either major newspapers in your country. Okay, how do we know it's major? Well, a lot of people read it. Okay, how much a lot is? What's a lot? 15% of the population of that particular country. And again, it also different because like Pakistan, let's for example, has a lot of people. Not all of them read newspapers. But it's a good start if 15% of the country are reading this newspaper. Then we can qualify it as a major. There's more to this, but that's where we start. The second option is professional publications, guys. Professional media. Who is professional media? Those that are read by people in the industry. For example, Hina is all about amphibians and she reads this Amphibia magazine on a regular basis. Neither Danica, nor Walid, nor Anton, nor Hamid, nor Stanislav will ever in our life will read that magazine. But Hina and people like her read it every day. So it's a professional media. Same with IT, artificial intelligence, and things like that. If you guys have your own professional publications and they publish articles about you, that's good. Okay, doesn't matter how many visitors they have on their website. Only matters who are the readers. That's what matters. Danica says so many TV speeches and magazine and newspapers. Good, Danica. Good. Media and publications, the scholarly publications, are the two criteria that most of my clients are working on improving the petition for the next 6 months. And we have the resources to make that happen because we work with the PR agencies and vendors who help our clients to meet those two criteria, right? So if you guys not like Hina or Danica and you don't have those things in your portfolio, know that they will happen. Okay, they will happen. So basically that's 2 extra criteria to your cases. All right, so how many articles in the media or TV shows or radio shows? Anywhere between 3 to 5. That's the magic number. Again, I will give you the recipe related to O1 and EB1As. Okay, a little bit later. Valid for publications. Is it okay if I'm a co-author? Yes, co-author, but you're talking about the academic articles, valid, right? Because if it's a journalist is taking the interview from you, that's her. That's you cannot be co-authoring your interview, right? So you're talking about the next criterion, which is, oh, by the way, guys, I almost forgot. Another important requirement for the press articles. Guys, put it down. Put it down. You will never remember. 3 things. There must be a title. Almost always we have that. Almost always. There must be the date when that happened or when it was published. Sometimes it's missing. You'll be surprised. Sometimes it's missing. So if it's not there, not gonna work. Okay? But most importantly, guys, the 3rd thing, that's where the majority of articles are not accepted by me. I just don't accept them because there is no author. There is no name of the journalist. If that is missing, it's not coming in. Yes, I'm gonna use it in the subjective criteria. I'm still gonna use that article, but not in the press, not in the media criterion, okay? So make sure that all 3 things are present. Title, date, and the name of the author, of the journalist. Very important. Number 3, academic articles. And I know, guys, that the law says professional articles are a part of this thing. Trust me, for EB1A, it's not working. Okay? Sometimes even academic articles, we have to fight with the immigration officer on them. Professional publications, no. So basically what it means that your academic articles should be in peer-reviewed journals and magazines. Scopus, Web of Science, Google Scholar, and such. Okay? So if you are working on those things right now as a part of your everyday routine, make sure that they indexed. Those things should be indexed. Okay? If you're gonna work with the PR agencies, and most of you will, when you start working with us, we're gonna give you the contacts of those people. You guys do not need to worry about that. Don't worry about those things because they're gonna be pushing your stuff to the proper magazines and journals. All right? How many of those? Between 2 to 4. So 2, 3, or 4, depending on the visa. I'll give you more information on that. Yes, and while it says academic articles, yes, that's good stuff. Okay, Hina, yes, presentation conference, very good, very good. Valid, some other papers never got published. No problem, no problem. We'll help you with that too. Can I get those published next few months? Yes, valid, absolutely, absolutely. Guys, let's move on. Number 4, judging the work of other professionals. So let me tell you, all of you will have that criterion. And I know you'll be like, I didn't judge anyone, okay, neither in the competition, I don't do this. Trust me, you do. Trust me, you do. And I'll show you how. So, of course, the best thing is when they call you, like Hina, to the conference, not to the conference itself, but to choose people to participate in the conference. If they call you to hackathon, or competition to be a judge. Okay, that's the classic way. That's good enough. And you assess professionals in your field or in allied fields, in adjacent fields. So let's say, for example, let me have someone from we didn't talk about. Let's say Alexander from Macedonia, right? Software engineer. So they called Alexander to judge the hackathon for IT startups. Okay, so it's not directly software engineer field, but it's related because it's in the software engineer field also through the business. So that would work. Okay. If Raj from Ireland is a data analyst, but they call him for actually hackathon for to analyze the architecture of the projects, and Raj can do this, that's gonna be good enough. So not necessarily directly in your field, but close other fields that are nearby. Okay, so that's the classic way. But guys, if you're a part of the committee or editorial board, or you accept the final exams starting from masters, or you assess other people, if you do the audits, and a lot of you do, even Raj, tell me, you're a data analyst, when they give you the project, what's the first thing you do? If it's an existing project, Raj, what you do? You audit it, right? You have to know what other people did in that project. So that's the judging the work of other professionals, right? And Alexander is saying he organized IT, robotics, AI competitions. Haven't been a judge, but that could be contribution in the industry. We're going to talk about this, Alexander, in a minute. Okay, so let me see also what your professions, guys. So I want to give you the really good understanding what the judging of other people means. Let me see. Listening, web developer. Okay, listening. Sometimes most of the time people come to you, listening, do the website for us, and you do it. But sometimes people come to you and they're like, can you please modify the existing website? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna do the audit first. You need to understand what's in it. That's the judging. Okay? And so on and such other things. Moreover, guys, if you just regular software engineer, like person who does the coding, Java, C++, Python, whatever, JavaScript, I know it's the nature of your profession. And guys, 30% of my practice is IT. Okay, I don't know why, it just sucked me in. So I have 300 clients right now running simultaneously for the petitions. So imagine the level of trust to our company, right? It's a lot of clients. So 100 of them are IT. So I know your industry back and forth. So I know you do the code review within your companies that you work. Okay? That's the judging the work of other professionals. Some of you hire people with technical tasks. Hiring and technical tasks. That's judging. Some of you do the performance review of other people in your company. That's the judging. So I think that's enough for you guys to understand that most of you have judging. Some of you have a lot of that. Okay? Okay, let's move on, guys. We're a little bit short on time, so let's speed up a little bit. Danica, if I was part of government bodies in my area of expertise as a specialist from NGOs, is this somehow important? Yes, it's very important. and if I'm the only one from my profession in my country. Well, that shows the level of expertise, Danica. Okay, so from what I hear, you joining HINA with almost 99% chance of approval of your petition. All right, guys, let's move on. How we prove judging? A letter from those people who know what you did. Contribution in the industry, guys. Two things: innovative and significant. A lot of things could be that. Okay, a book, educational courses, new technology, open source code, a library that you established, your patent, your cumulative speaking at the conferences, your dissertation, your government award showing the contribution in the industry, anything, pretty much anything, any intellectual property could be contribution in the industry. So what is most important here is to show that it is either being used in the industry and monetized, most likely, okay? And it could be the website, it could be the application you worked on, it could be the service, it could be the AI software used in the industry. All of that, if it's used, it's significant, okay? And actually, I know you guys don't like when they copy your work. But for this criterion, it's good when they copy your work because it shows the significance of your contribution. So how is it proved? I like to prove it with expert opinion letters. And if you guys work with us, we can get you up to 4 independent expert opinion letters within the company. No one is doing this ever, and no one will because they don't have the resources. Okay, we find you the match within existing customers, clients, and you guys don't know each other. You both experts in your fields, and you exchange those letters to each other. OMG! Since we started this program, it's called NEO, a few years ago, we just skyrocketed with approvals because those letters are so important. Okay, and we usually use the newspapers, the media and articles to strengthen the contribution in the industry. Okay, let's move on. Alexander says, I already love your company. And guys, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. You need to feel the energy of the people whom you're going to be working with, okay? And most of the attorneys is like, what the hell are they saying? Even I don't know what they're saying, okay? And with due respect, I know they're experts, but nobody knows those words. Like, they don't break it down. Like, nobody understands. So if we don't understand, how are we going to move on? Okay, thank you, Alexander, I appreciate it. And Hina, thank you for the kind words. Let's move on, guys. Leadership role, critical or leading leading role in the company with distinguished reputation. Okay, so a lot of you, most of you guys have that. It could be the company from the past, it could be the current company. Okay, no problem. Usually, I want 2 of those. For the purpose of EB1A or 1 for the purpose of O1. Okay, how do we prove it? A letter from the company. So basically, you did something important for them, and they're happy, and they made money. Usually, it's measured by money. Okay, commercial success. I'm gonna be short, guys. I'm gonna be short with commercial success. Write it down. Okay, I'm gonna say 2 sentences, and that's it. We're gonna move on. All right. So, your salary must be 20-30% more than the average salary in your profession in your geographical location. Maybe it's 3 sentences. Okay, it's all right. I'm gonna repeat. Your salary must be at least 20-30% more than the average salary in your profession, not in the country, in your profession, in your city, in your geographical location, whatever that is, your village, your town, your city, whatever that is. Okay? For example, Alexander is asking for how long? Okay, give me 6 months at least. Give me 6 months. Okay. Let's say Samuel from China, IT cloud engineer. So in whatever, let's say Samuel is from Hangzhou. Okay, I've been to Hangzhou, by the way. I actually love China, guys. Beautiful country. Maybe I disagree with certain things, but China is great. So Samuel is in Hangzhou and he's making $2,000. And by the government statistics, the regular IT cloud engineer is making $700. And I'm making up the numbers, guys. I know they're different. So Samuel is 2x more than the average IT cloud engineer. We good. We close this criterion. And so on. What's important? We need to show you guys paid taxes. Okay, we need to show that you paid taxes on that. Varun is asking how many criteria needs to be met. Three, but we want 5 for O1 and 6 for EB1A. And I'm gonna talk about it in a second, guys. In a second, we're almost done, I promise. So commercial success, there are other ways to prove commercial success. Hourly rate could be used, an average check could be used, and the consulting agreement could be used. Okay, so there's more ways, but salary is the easiest one. He is saying your passion for the subject really came through. I'm sure we all gained valuable insight from the talk. Thank you, Hina. Thank you for your kind words. Yes, I'm really passionate about this. So the last thing is associations, guys. The rarest criterion in this visa, except for you guys, IT people, IT or STEM, engineers, scientists, IT doctors, and everybody around those notions. Why? Because we know the associations that will work for you. Okay? So when you start working with us, we're giving you those associations. And guys, one additional criterion in your petition is gonna do magic. Okay? So you have the benefit not only of press articles, scientific publications, but also associations. So basically, those are three criteria that will definitely be in your petition. Okay? So we need 3 by law, but we need more, and you will have more. So now, I'm gonna give you the average case for O1 and average case for EB1A. And again, don't take it for granted, but to give you an idea. So O1, guys. 4 articles in the press, 3 scientific articles, 1 critical role, commercial success, and judging the work of others through the competition or through your work. That's it, guys. That's all. Okay? So now you understand why I was saying that O1 will fit all of you. Because all of you have the critical role, I'm sure, because you worked somewhere in the past and you're working somewhere now. You must have a good pay for that. And all IT people have good pay, which is above average by the government statistics, because government statistic is much lower than the reality. So you already have those two. And most of you have judging, and articles and publications are gonna come through. Okay? Add to this association, some of you have contributions, some of you have awards. So that's building up the case to the EB1A. Okay, but that's all you need for O1. Now, EB1A. And again, there's a lot of combinations, but let me be on average. So 5 press articles, 4 academic publications, 2 judgings, 1 contribution, 2 critical roles, commercial success, and I don't know if I said 4 academic articles. Okay, I think I already mentioned it. So 6 criteria, okay? And you may have awards, but don't have the contribution, no problem. You may have association and don't have judging, no problem. We can substitute those criteria, right? And again, you guys know that association is gonna be a part of your petition anyways. So all of you gonna do O1 or are eligible for O1, and many of you can get green card, guys. EB1A. All right, guys, let's move on to EB2NIW. We have about 10 minutes, so I will be nice and smooth with EB1A, and I will give you the highlights. And I'm gonna give you the law from Stanislav's book, okay? Not from other attorneys' book, or not from the USCIS book. I'm gonna give you my criteria, the way I break it down for you to understand. My task is for you to understand, not just to give you the black letter of the law, like a lot of other attorneys do, right? Like just cite the law and that's it. Nobody knows what they're talking about. So 3 criteria, guys. Education, it's either bachelor's and 5 years experience, master's, or exceptional ability if you don't have the education. Okay, most of you do, so this is not a problem. If you don't worry, you still can qualify, but we need to prove you have exceptional abilities. The way we do this, there are like 7 criteria, and most of you have at least 3 of those. Okay, so criteria number 1 is education. Criteria number 2, we must have the idea of the project that we're going to be involved in the US that's in the national interest of the US government. Okay? In other words, we need to suggest, claim the project we're going to be doing, and we want to prove that it's in the national interest. What is a national interest? Substantial merit and national importance. 2 sub-criteria. What's substantial merit? Well, there is a problem. Okay? There's a problem. And whatever you guys doing, it always resolves some problem. Okay? It's a solution to a problem. So all of them have substantial merit. I've never seen a single denial on substantial merit. It's always there. But national importance, that's where the core of the case, that's where the center of the case, okay? That's where the most denials are, based on the national importance. What's the national importance? National importance means that the solution to that problem matters to the US government. For example, let me guys call on someone we didn't call yet. So let me see who gave me enough information. So okay, Kamil from Poland, iOS dev. Okay, iOS dev. So Kamil is gonna propose to the US government that he develop the platform for the iOS developers to use the components to speed up the creation of the applications. Okay, and actually I'm making this up, but that's one of the cases I got approved recently. Okay, so Kamil has the idea of creating that platform that other iOS devs are gonna use. And that way they're gonna speed up the process. So what's the problem? The problem is slow creation of the new technologies, of the innovation. Is it important for the US government to boost the innovation? Absolutely. Absolutely. So that could be the project in a national interest, okay? I just got an approval for EB2NIW for subway engineer, like metro engineer. One of the best cases in my career, guys, one of the coolest cases. And it's not really IT, but I just want to share it with you. The hotel for cows. That's right. You guys didn't mishear me. For cows, right? So, yes, we got an approval for the project like that. Always a good combination, IT and medicine. Guys, IT and health is a really good combination. A recent case, the software developer from France, Raj, I think his name is also Raj, by the way. He created a platform with the doctor in the US for mental health awareness. So people who use this platform can assess their mental health. Is there a problem here? Oh, hell yeah. There's a lot of crazy people. Is this important for the government to not to have crazy people? Oh, yeah. You bet, right? So that case was approved. Again, just for your understanding, there's a lot more to this. Okay, so the third criterion is a relevant experience. You must have that in the past. Okay, whatever you're offering, you must have enough experience, projects, education, certifications, licenses, whatever you've done to prove that you will be able to implement that project in the US. Okay, so education or exceptional ability, idea of what you're gonna do in a national interest, and well-positioned, your relevant experience that you will be able to do this in the future. The only problem with EB2NIW, it's a little bit longer wait because O1, I told you guys 8 months, EB1A like a year and 3 months on average from the start of the case, and EB2NIW 2.5 years. Okay, why? Because there is a backlog. Okay, and your family, of course, is gonna get the green card as well. Let me guys look really fast at your questions. Then don't go yet. I'll tell you when you can go, okay? Give me, I promise guys, 5 more minutes. I know you're tired because it's a lot of things, but those 5 minutes are gonna be the most important at the end of this lecture, okay? So stay tuned. Danica, I don't have high salary. No problem. No problem. That's not problem. Varun, AI. Yes, I don't know what you meant, Varun. Yeah, AI is great for these visas. Alexander is asking, what about contribution to open source for your platform? Hell yeah. That sounds like contribution. Guys, I filed 2 FOIAs. Just recently. So Alexander, I just used for myself, not even for my clients, for myself. So I probably used your contribution, Alexander. Danica, mine is medicine and IT. Very good. Hina, how have recent changes in US immigration? Guys, all the changes are for you. They give you the green light. Trump wants the professionals like you. So don't worry about Trump. Don't worry about Republicans. You're gonna benefit from this. Walid actually developed IE bots for mental health patients with a friend. There we go, Walid. That sounds like EB2NIW. Yes, NIW is for you. Hina, overview of recent legislative changes. Hina, not today, unfortunately, because it's important, but we have more important stuff. I talk about this on my YouTube, guys. So if you don't follow me on my YouTube, you're missing out. Zainab, I don't have media presence award. Zainab, I guess you just connected because I already told you how you're gonna get this done. Yes, publication is good. Okay, guys. Now, 3 steps for you to start moving to the US. Guys, your immigration to the US is easy as 1, 2, 3. Again, if you work with my corporation. Others, I don't know. So step number 1, and you gonna get access to this today. Free evaluation. Okay? Guys, please pay attention. Vladimir kindly dropped you the link in the chat. Free evaluation. Click on it right now. Do it. If you don't do it right now, I promise, you probably will never do it. Okay? So that's how you're gonna show me that you motivated to come to the US, to the best country in the world. Okay? I'm Russian, guys. I was born in Russia. I lived there for 20 years. I traveled the whole world. There is no better country than the US. So free evaluation. Give me as much detail. Don't just say, yes, I have awards. That's not gonna work. You're not gonna get value out of it. List those awards. Give me the details for each question, okay? And you will see the forms for talent, national interest, and for business investment. You can do all 3, okay? You can do all 3. If you know you go for NIW, do NIW. If you know you're gonna go for a talent, no problem. But there's no limitation. It will take me 2 days to analyze your forms, and I will give you written analysis. Absolutely free, guys. No charge for that. Look for 1 word. You can just skip whatever I told you, okay? Look at the end. If I told you, you have the potential. If you saw, and not all of you are gonna see that word, not all of you, it's just the way it is. That's the sorting out mechanism in my company. If you see the potential, the word potential, that's it. The game is on, guys. It's on. Your second step, complex immigration planning, where in 2 phases, I will develop a written strategy for your case. And once you're aware of everything, the third step is complete case filing, where you hire my team and myself to develop your case. What's complete case filing, guys? 8 to 11 people in your team, online chat 24/7. Not like other attorneys, you send an email, 2 weeks later, maybe you get an answer. We are streaming live your cases. Okay? Your case is being streamed live. 4-step verification process. So at least 4 people, including myself at the top, check your document. So no mistakes. Well-established processes, deadlines, templates of the documents, and examples of all the documents. Okay, and a lot more, guys, a lot more than that. So 1, 2, 3, start with the free evaluation. Okay, the presents, the free evaluation where you dropped the link. Let me see. I already told you about this. So that's the full scope of complete case filing, guys. Not gonna spend. Just take a screenshot, read it when you want. I can promise you guys, no one is doing this. No one give you so much resources. You can quote me on that. You can try to research. No one is doing this. This is the best you can get. And guys, I saw the question on the fees. We are the most transparent company. So for O1, you can get the approval for 11,000. EB1A, EB2 and IW, 13,000. Okay? Yes, we have more expensive packages, but they don't change your chances. They just change how much you're gonna be involved in your case. Okay, so 11 and 13 are the bottom line prices, and let me tell you guys, it's below the market. So we're below the market prices with all those resources. This is insane. This is insane. Okay, so that's the for those of you who are watching on YouTube or other platforms, there's a QR code for the free evaluation, guys. If you couldn't click, something didn't open, take a screenshot or just open it with your phone, okay, with the QR code, and you get to the landing with the forms for the free evaluation, okay? And the checklist, guys, the checklist. I believe Vladimir is gonna send you the link also to download for those of you who are present in the live storm. For those of you who are outside of live storm, QR code, guys, download it right now, because we're gonna, in 24 hours, we're gonna close the access to it. Okay, so click on the link or scan the QR code, download the document, and you're good. All right, guys, let me see the questions. Also, I hope you follow us on all those platforms. If you don't, scan QR code and join. Okay, all right, let me guys see 2 more minutes for your questions. I need to eat my borscht, guys. I need time for my borscht. Okay, Zainab, yes, if you have citations, a lot of citations for one publication, it could be contribution in the industry. Okay, so this is really good, Zainab, really good. Hina, what are the common mistakes that AI IT professionals make when they're applying for a green card, and how can they avoid them? So I know I said that I'm gonna mention this question, and I did, but I did it through the presentation. Okay, like I didn't say you guys don't do this, because no, I already said to you how exactly you're gonna do this, indirectly answer that question. But the biggest mistake, Hina, is that you guys trying to achieve a recognition and achievements on your own without my control, which means that you can miss and just waste your time. Okay, so everything that you do must be under my control. That's the biggest waste that you can get not to do this. Angel, did you already cover EB2 visa? Yes, NIW. I covered NIW. Your fees for EB1A, mentioned that. Hina, how important are educational qualifications or work experience in the green card application process? Not as much education in talent visas. Of course, EB2 NIW more important. Siri, what is your timeline and success rate for EB1A? 90% plus overall. 2024 about 95%. We always grow, we always improve. And timeline 6 months, guys. 6 months. And guys, let me tell you, I know you feel my energy, you love it, you feel the strength, you feel the experience, you know you're gonna have the team. But guys, when you start working on your case, it's very strict. We have deadlines. You guys need to live up to the deadlines. And there's a process that's proved yourself in thousands of cases. But you need to be on top of your game. Okay? On top of your game, you need to do things to get through 6 months. You're gonna cry at the end. We're gonna give you psychological help, I promise. But it's gonna be hard at some point, but we need to push, okay? We need to do what we need to do. Yes, there are payment plans, guys. It's 3 payments, and all of them have to be made before the filing, okay? So we don't have success fee, nothing like this. And I know some companies do, but they're not gonna take your case. Okay, maybe they're gonna take the Olympic champion case. Then they're gonna say, yeah, success fee, but not a regular case like yours. Okay, so yeah, it's not happening. All the money should be paid before, and but trust me, if I take your case, the game is on. Okay, repeat your fees. I already did. 11 and 13,000, guys, for those who are in the tank. I don't know how I missed that last time. 13, 1, 3, and 11, 1, 1. O1, EB1A, EB2NW. Alexander can confirm this. I've been through 3 immigration processes, one for the New Zealand, Netherlands, and one for Austria. This is not happening with other companies. Yes, Alexander, thank you. No one is doing what we're doing. We are probably the best, I cannot say for sure, but from what I know, in the world, guys, in the galaxy. Okay, YouTube. Duzan, I applied for EB3. I'm from Serbia. They told me that we are still waiting. Yes. Look for your perm filing date. That's your priority date. And look at the visa bulletin. Jamie, do you recommend that MD doctor who is doing research apply for EB1A? Yes. I want all my doctors. 99% of my doctors, which I have a lot in my career, go for EB1A. Okay. Yes, you are eligible for EB2NW, guys, if you're doctors. But EB1A is just better, and it's faster, and it's easier in a way to understand what exactly needs to be done. Hina, what advice would you give to someone starting the green card application process in AI IT field today? Well, get your recognition. Get your recognition according to those criteria, Hina. That's my best advice. And get a free evaluation, because that's gonna give you a lot. Elena, do you need a job offer from the US to apply for the O1 visa? Okay, Elena, you were here from the very beginning, and with all due respect, I already I hammered on this question. Okay, I hammered it. So I don't know what's not clear, guys. I hope you value my time the way I value your time. So some questions just like seem like you guys don't value my time. So yes, you need a job offer, but your own company could give you the job offer. Zainab, in case of denial, attorney fee refundable? No, that's not happening. We almost don't have any denials. Okay, so no one is gonna refund you. No US attorney, guys, don't live in your dreams. And I don't know, maybe in Pakistan and India, in Europe, they do it differently. No one is refunding your money. Okay, so you want to work with the best who's not refunding the money. Okay, that's all I can say about this. And if they say they're gonna refund, again, they're not gonna take your case. They're gonna take the Nobel Prize winner, or Grammy winner, or Olympic champion. Yes, they're gonna say we're gonna refund if we don't get you approved. But it's a case like this, everybody's gonna get you approved. But regular case, no one is gonna give you any refund. Okay, guys. Okay, that's it. So. What I want from you guys, free evaluation. Everybody should start filling out the form. Look for the word potential. If you have the word potential, that means we know how to get you approved within 6 months. Okay, working on your case, hardcore work. Yes, it's gonna be a lot. Yes, it's gonna be overwhelming, but guys, you will be Christopher Columbus for your family. They're not gonna remember Stanislav. They're not gonna remember the team members. They're gonna remember you who made that move, who had the balls of steel to do this, to put the money in and get that case approved. Okay, your kids, your grandkids, and everybody else in generations ahead. So free evaluations, what starts that impulse in your case. All right, guys, thank you for your time. You were amazing. I guys believe this webinar was one of the best in my career, and not because of me, because of you. You were the best. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Get that free evaluation out of the way, and I see all or many of you at the complex immigration planning. And remember, guys, your future begins here. Good luck.